Good evening to all of you. Page number 127, number of directors and their identification number means number of directorship and identification number of directors we have completed. Now 1, 2. Now, next topic is appointment of director. Page number 127, 5.3. Appointment of director. Now, in appointment of director, the first topic is appointment of first director. Yes, appointment of first director. We try to complete this chapter only in 2 lectures. That's why appointment of first director I am just reading, and 1 or 2 important points I will write here. After 2 classes we will try to start CC. Appointment of first director only I am reading. Where no provision has been made in the articles of association of a company for the appointment of first director, generally, who is the first director? The person who subscribed to the memorandum of association first, means the promoter. In simple language, in simple word, promoter is the first director. Who is the promoter? Who established the company, who has the idea to start business, then he is establishing business. That person is called promoter, and he is the first person who puts his signature in the memorandum of association. The simple answer is the person who subscribes memorandum of association, the subscriber to the memorandum of association shall be, the person who subscribes memorandum of association shall be deemed to be the, deemed means माना जाता है, deemed to be the first director, or deemed to be the director, we can say deemed to be the first director of the company. And his time period means he occupied the position of director only up to the first annual general meeting, because now company starts, the promoter is considered as first director of the company, but his time period is only up to the first annual general meeting, because we have already studied that directors are always appointed by shareholders in general meeting by passing resolution. But here meeting was not held. That's why the person who has put his signature first in the memorandum of association, means the promoter, he is considered as the first director of the company, and he occupied the position of director only up to the first annual general meeting. Then in general meeting he has to retire, and after that directors are appointed by voting process, by passing a resolution in the general meeting. So he occupies the position of director till first annual general meeting, and on the day of general meeting, he retires. Because his time period is only up to first general meeting. So on the very first day, on the day of general meeting, he has to retire, and after that directors of the company are appointed through voting process by passing a resolution. So this is all about the appointment of first director. Only for your convenience I am reading. Where no provision has been made in the article of association of company for appointment of first director, the subscriber to the answer starts from here. The subscriber to the memorandum of association shall be deemed to be the first director of the company, and in case of single person company, an individual member, because in case of single person company only one member is there, that member will be considered as the first director until the director or directors are duly appointed by members according to the provision of Companies Act. As soon as directors are duly appointed by company in general meeting, the first director's post automatically falls vacant. Means first director retires on the first day of general meeting, annual general meeting. So he can occupy, in case of, first of all, this is about public company and private company, the first person who subscribes to the memorandum of association, जिसने सबसे पहले MOA पे साइन किया होगा कंपनी स्टार्ट करने के टाइम में, दैट पर्सन विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज डायरेक्टर. उसको डायरेक्टर मान लिया जाता है, और वो डायरेक्टर की पोजीशन कब तक रख सकते हैं? ओनली अप टू द फर्स्ट एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग, जो नेक्स्ट ईयर हो जाती है. मतलब हार्डली 8 या 9 महीने, मैक्सिमम 1 साल के लिए वो डायरेक्टर रहते हैं. In case of single person company, because that is single person company, that's why that single person who is the member of the company is considered as the first director of the company. He can also occupy the position of director only up to first annual general meeting. Then on general meeting, on the day of general meeting, that director means first director has to retire, has to vacate the position, उसको वो जगह खाली करनी पड़ती है, and then directors are appointed according to the provision of Companies Act 2013. According to the provision of Companies Act 2013 means through voting process, by passing a resolution, directors are appointed. Now this is about the appointment of first director. Now next topic, appointment of director after first director. Now after first director, how other directors are appointed? Appointment of director after first director. Now first of all, try to understand how directors are appointed in a company after first director. First director we have done. The first subscriber to the memorandum of association is considered, is deemed as a director of the company, and he occupies the position of director until first annual general meeting. On the day of general meeting, he has to vacate the position, मतलब उसको वो जगह, वो position से हटना पड़ता है, and after that all directors are appointed according to the provision of Companies Act 2013. Now what provision of Companies Act 2013 says about director, about appointment of director? कैसे अपॉइंट होते हैं, एक एग्जाम्पल देख लेते हैं पहले. सपोज in a company total there are 9 directors. Whatever number of directors are there in a company, 1/3 of total directors. In my example, I have taken 9 directors, means a company has decided to appoint total 9 directors. So whatever number of directors a company is going to appoint, 1/3 of total director is always appointed by central government, 1/3. And in our example, total directors are 9, so 1/3 of 9 means 3 directors. These 3 directors are always appointed by central government. We have already done that whenever any person wants to become director, he has to apply for identification number, and through that identification number they are registered with the central bank. Means central bank has a data bank, that is called data bank, in which list of name of those individuals, those candidates are there who are eligible for becoming director. डेटा बैंक होता है, जब भी कोई डायरेक्टर बनना चाहते हैं, हमने पढ़ लिया है कि उनको एक आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर लेना पड़ता है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से, और जब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट उनको वो आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर इशू करती है, दैट पर्सन इज रजिस्टर्ड विद द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड ही इज एलिजिबल फॉर बिकमिंग डायरेक्टर इन एनी कंपनी, आइदर इट इज पब्लिक कंपनी और प्राइवेट कंपनी. सो फ्रॉम दोज डेटा बैंक सेंट्रल बैंक्स आर अपॉइंटिंग 1/3 ऑफ टोटल डायरेक्टर इन एनी कंपनी. जिस कंपनी में जितने भी डायरेक्टर होंगे उसका 1/3 जितना भी होगा, अभी हमारे एग्जांपल में 9 डायरेक्टर्स अगर होते हैं एक कंपनी में तो उसका 1/3 होगा 3 डायरेक्टर्स आर अपॉइंटेड बाय सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट थ्रू डेटा बैंक विद द हेल्प ऑफ डेटा बैंक. डेटा बैंक इज द लिस्ट ऑफ दोज कैंडिडेट्स हु आर एलिजिबल फॉर बिकमिंग डायरेक्टर्स. 3 directors are always appointed by central government and their term period is of 5 years. Is of 5 years. And these 3 directors means 1/3, not 3, 1/3 directors are also called permanent directors. Here I am writing permanent directors. Now out of 9, 3 directors are appointed by central government, remaining is 2/3. These directors are called 2/3 directors. इन डायरेक्टर्स को हम क्या बोलते हैं? 2/3 directors. These 2/3 directors means according to our example 2/3 of 9 into 2 by 3, 6 directors. These are appointed by passing resolution. First point, by passing a resolution in general meeting of company, and these 6 directors, the time period is not fixed. They are retired by rotation. How? Retire by rotation. 1/3 of 2/3, these are called 2/3 directors. Out of total directors, once again 1/3 directors are always appointed by central government and remaining 2/3 directors are appointed by passing resolution in general meeting. Now for how many years they occupy the position? We are talking about 2/3 directors. Now answer is 1/3 of 2/3. 1/3 of 2/3 retire by rotation. 1/3 of 2/3 retire by rotation. For example, 2/3 directors are 6. Now 1/3 of 6, 2. So every year 2 directors will retire. 2 directors, then 2 directors, then 2 directors. It means in the 3 years, all 2/3 directors retires. जो ये 2/3 डायरेक्टर्स है, अभी हमारे एग्जाम्पल में 2/3 डायरेक्टर्स की नंबर ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स हैं 6. 9 into 2 by 3, 6. ये 6 डायरेक्टर रोटेशन के थ्रू रिटायर होंगे, मतलब 1/3 और 2/3. तो 1/3 और 2/3 कितना होता है? 2. पहले साल में 2 रिटायर हो जाएंगे, फिर अगले साल 2 रिटायर हो जाएंगे, फिर अगले साल 2 रिटायर हो जाएंगे. On the basis, in 3 years, all the 2/3 directors retires on the basis of seniority. On the basis of seniority. जिसकी एज ज़्यादा होगी उस एज वाइज सब रिटायर होते हैं. बट इट डज नॉट मीन दैट इन 3 years दिस पोजीशन बिकम्स वैकेंट. 6 में से अगर 2 डायरेक्टर रिटायर हो गए, 2 डायरेक्टर रिटायर्स, तो उनकी जगह पर नए 2 डायरेक्टर आ जाएंगे. फिर नेक्स्ट ईयर अगेन 2 डायरेक्टर्स रिटायर, Again, new two directors will appoint. Number of directors remain same, 6. But 1/3 of 2/3 retire every year. This rotation goes on and on till the company exists. So this is about the directors, appointment of directors after first director. After first directors, whatever number of directors are appointed in a company, total of those directors, total means 1/3 of total directors will be appointed by central government, and remaining 2/3 directors are appointed by passing resolution in general meeting, and 1/3 of 2/3 retire by rotation on the basis of seniority. It means in 3 years all the 2/3 directors will retire, and in place of those directors, new directors will be appointed. This is the procedure of appointment of directors. And every year, when 2 directors, according to our example, when 2 directors retires, new 2 directors will be appointed. But again, the process remains same. By passing resolution, these directors will retire. These directors will appointed. So this is about the appointment of director after first director. So how you have to write the answer? Appointment of director after first director, out of total director, once again, out of total director, 1/3 of total director is always appointed by central government, and time period of these directors is of 5 years, means we are talking about 1/3 directors. One-third of total directors are appointed by central government. First point, they are also called, or they are appointed for 5 years. Appointed for 5 years. So they are called permanent members. Next, 2/3 directors. 2/3 director means 2/3 of total directors. 2/3 directors are appointed by shareholders by passing resolution in general meeting. Next point, 1/3 of 2/3. 1/3 of 2/3 directors retire by rotation on the basis of seniority. It indicates that in 3 years all the 2/3 directors retires. Now, any other point about these directors? So 1/3 directors who are appointed by central government, what is their time period? Their time period is 5 years. After 5 years they retire, but it does not mean that they cannot be reappointed. They can be reappointed again for 5 years, but between two means total term period of 1/3 directors, total term period of 2/3 director is 2 terms. 2 terms. 2 terms means 1 term is equal to 5 years. The total time period of 2/3 director is 2 terms. 2 terms means 10 years. And 1 term is equal to 5 years. But condition is, but between 2 terms, between these 2 terms, there must be a gap. There must be a gap of 3 years. जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट डायरेक्टर्स अपॉइंट करती है उनका टाइम पीरियड 5 साल का होता है. 5 साल के बाद उनको रिटायर होना होता है. रिटायर होने का ये मतलब नहीं है कि उनको हम दोबारा अपॉइंट नहीं कर सकते. कंपनी कैन री अपॉइंट देम अगेन फॉर 5 ईयर्स. इसका यह मतलब है कि एक डायरेक्टर किसी भी, एक डायरेक्टर का मतलब वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट परमानेंट डायरेक्टर्स, मीन्स डायरेक्टर्स विच आर अपॉइंटेड बाय सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. हम उनकी बात कर रहे हैं. they can be appointed maximum for 2 terms, mean maximum for 10 years. But suppose करो 5 years के लिए अपॉइंट हुए, now they retires, again they can be reappointed for 5 years, but in between these 5 years there must be a gap of 3 years. उसके बीच में 3 साल का गैप होना चाहिए. Means after retirement, just after retirement, same director cannot be appointed. Same directors cannot be appointed. When 3 years will completed, after that he or she can be reappointed as a director. And another point, during these 3 years, इन 3 साल के बीच में, this directors does not have any economic or any social relation with the company. उसका कोई भी कंपनी से रिलेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. सोशल और इकोनॉमिकल. सोशल मतलब उसका कोई रिलेटिव नहीं होना चाहिए, और इकोनॉमिक का मतलब है उसका कोई पैसा उसमें लगा हुआ नहीं होना चाहिए, कोई पैसा उसका लेना या देना बाकी नहीं रहना चाहिए. एनी काइंड ऑफ इकोनॉमिक रिलेशन शुड नॉट बी देयर in between these 3 years. So you can add one more point, that during these 3 years there should be a gap of 3 years, and during these 3 years such director do not have any social or economic relation with the company. कंपनी के साथ 3 साल के बीच में उसका कोई रिलेशन किसी भी प्रकार का नहीं होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, डायरेक्टर्स रिटायर हो गए, कोई और पोस्ट कंपनी में ज्वाइन कर ली है तो सैलरी मिलेगी, दैट इज कॉल्ड इकोनॉमिक रिलेशन. तो ऐसा कोई रिलेशन उसका नहीं होने, या कोई नया प्रोजेक्ट कंपनी स्टार्ट करने वाली है उसमें उसको बना दिया कुछ डायरेक्टर या मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर या कोई पोस्ट दे दिए, तो सच टाइप ऑफ रिलेशन कैन नॉट बी इस्टेब्लिश्ड बाय द कंपनी विद दैट पर्सन इफ दे वांट टू अपॉइंट रीअपॉइंट दैट डायरेक्टर आफ्टर 5 ईयर्स, आफ्टर 3 ईयर्स. अगर वो 3 साल के बाद उसको दोबारा अपॉइंट करना चाहते हैं तो इसलिए ये ज़रूरी है कि उसका 3 साल के बीच में कोई रिलेशन कंपनी के साथ नहीं होना चाहिए. So this is the short introduction about the appointment of director after first director. Once again, out of total number of directors, total number of directors का मतलब है कोई कंपनी कितने भी डायरेक्टर्स अपॉइंट कर सकती है. हमने पढ़ लिया है नंबर ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स के बारे में कि पब्लिक कंपनी में मिनिमम 3 डायरेक्टर होते हैं और मैक्सिमम 15 होते हैं. तो उसके बीच में कोई भी कंपनी 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 कितने भी डायरेक्टर रख सकती है. बट आउट ऑफ टोटल डायरेक्टर 1/3 डायरेक्टर्स आर ऑलवेज अपॉइंटेड बाय सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड रिमेनिंग 2/3 डायरेक्टर्स आर अपॉइंटेड बाय शेयर होल्डर्स बाय पासिंग रेजोल्यूशन इन द जनरल मीटिंग. नाउ 1/3 directors means who are appointed by central government, they are appointed for 5 years. They are appointed for maximum 5 years. And after 5 years again they can be reappointed, but in between that there must be a gap of 3 years. Means in between two terms there must be a gap of 3 years, and moreover he should not have any economic relation with the company during these 3 years. Then he can be reappointed as a director again. Reappointed I have already used, so again लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. He can be reappointed as a director. So this is about permanent directors, means directors appointed by central government. Now 2/3 directors. 2/3 directors are always 2/3 of total directors are always appointed by shareholder by passing a resolution in the general meeting, and 1/3 of 2/3 directors retire by rotation on the basis of seniority. It means in 3 years 2/3 directors will retire completely, but they can be reappointed. वो reappoint हो सकते हैं. This is about appointment of director after first director. Now next topic is types of director. Types of director, next topic. Types of directors. First one is independent directors. Second one is managing. First one is independent director. Second one is managing director. Third one is nominee director. Fourth one is additional director. Additional director. Next one is alternative director. Next one is director appointed. Director appointed before completion of term on director's vacant position. Director's vacant position. Then appointment of director by appointment of directors elected by a small shareholder. And last one is, that is not written in textbook. Last one is, eighth one is female director. Female director. Now out of these, independent director is completed. जो इसके पहले हमने किया था, that is about independent directors are those directors which are appointed by central government through data bank. Then their term period is of 5 years. After completion of 5 years, they can be reappointed again for 5 years. But in between these two terms, there must be a gap of 3 years. During these 3 years, they should not have any kind of economic relation with the company. In this way, you have to write. So you can just read one time this topic, independent directors. You will get all the point which I have already explained. आपको सारे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट उसमें से निकल जाएंगे जो मैंने बोले हैं. इतना ही लिखने का आपको शॉर्ट नोट्स ऑन इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर. नेक्स्ट वन इज मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर. वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन इन मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर. तो हार्डली 6 to 7 sentences you have to write. A short notes we can say managing directors is always appointed by board of directors. Then managing director and जो भी आपने पढ़ा है मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर के बारे में, प्रोविजंस, रेम्यूनरेशन, वो सब थोड़ा थोड़ा लिख देने का है. मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर्स एंड मैनेजर्स कैन नॉट बी अपॉइंटेड ऑल टुगेदर. द मैक्सिमम टाइम पीरियड ऑफ मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर इज ऑफ 5 years. They are appointed for 5 years I think. एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं. Yes, they are appointed for 5 years. Then one managing director can take position of managing director in maximum 2 companies. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 2 कंपनी में वो मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर बन सकते हैं. Only a living person can appointed as managing director. In this way, you can write 5 to 6 sentences about managing director, which we have already done. सेपरेट टॉपिक मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर. देन वन मोर पॉइंट, ये बाकी पॉइंट अब बाद में कर लेंगे कल. दिस 4 points. Appointment of directors elected by small shareholder. First of all, what do you mean by small shareholder? Small shareholders are those shareholders who are not holding more than 20,000 rupees of share. Means value, we are talking about value of share. If value of share is not more than 20,000, then we can say those shareholder as small shareholder. स्मॉल शेयर होल्डर उसको बोलते हैं जो 20,000 रुपये, शेयर की संख्या कितनी भी हो, बट 20,000 रुपये से उसकी ज़्यादा की वैल्यू के शेयर उनके पास नहीं है. दैट इज रिटन इन टेक्स्ट बुक. स्मॉल शेयर होल्डर्स मीन्स अ शेयर होल्डर होल्डिंग शेयर्स ऑफ नॉमिनल वैल्यू ऑफ नॉट मोर देन 20,000. और ऐसे स्मॉल शेयर होल्डर भी means such small shareholder can also appoint a director, but condition is what, that there must be 1,000 स्मॉल शेयर होल्डर. जो स्मॉल शेयर होल्डर है उनकी संख्या जो है वो 1,000 होनी चाहिए. अगर उनकी संख्या 1,000 है, देन दे हैव राइट टू अपॉइंट वन डायरेक्टर. मीन्स वन डायरेक्टर कैन बी इलेक्टेड बाय सच स्मॉल शेयर होल्डर. दैट इज रिटन ऑन पेज नंबर 130. Moreover, as per the provision of Companies Act, a minimum of 1,000 shareholder should be there for appointment of one director among total director. And last topic is female director. Female director is not compulsory, but if the total paid up capital is 5 crore or more in any company, किसी भी कंपनी में जो पेड अप कैपिटल है, मतलब जितने पैसे उनको मिल गए कंपनी को, अगर उसका अमाउंट 5 करोड़ या उससे ज़्यादा हो, देन इट इज़ कंपल्सरी, इट इज़ मैंडेटरी फॉर कंपनी टू अपॉइंट वन डायरेक्टर एज फीमेल डायरेक्टर. दिस इज ऑल्सो गिवन ऑन पेज नंबर 130. As per the Companies Act 2013, every listed company having a paid up share capital of 100 करोड़ और मोर, किसी भी कंपनी का पेड अप कैपिटल 100 करोड़ या उससे ज़्यादा हो, देन इट इज़ कंपल्सरी मैंडेटरी फॉर सच कंपनी टू अपॉइंट वन डायरेक्टर एज फीमेल डायरेक्टर. तो 1, 2, 3, 4 टॉपिक इज कंप्लीटेड फ्रॉम types of director. Only nominee director is left, additional director is left, alternative, and director appoint before completion of term on director's vacant position. So tomorrow also we will keep SPCC, Institute of Economics,